The Lord be with you. A reading of the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, Jesus exclaimed, I give praise to you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth. For although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the little ones. Yes, Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wishes to reveal him. Come to me, all you who labor and are burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. My brothers and sisters, the gospel of the Lord. On this Sunday, in ordinary times, we're reminded that Jesus is a humble and gentle king. He does not come with force and power, but with kindness and peace. The first reading speaks of a king who will bring back peace to all the nations. This connects to Jesus, who invites people to follow him and find rest. The psalmist praises God for his goodness and mercy. It reminds us that God is always faithful and helps those who struggle. Second reading encourages people to live by the Spirit and not follow selfish ways. When we follow God's way, we find true life. Our first reading this weekend is derived from the 9th chapter of the book of the prophet Zechariah, one of the 12 so-called minor prophets of the Old Testament. The background for the prophecies contained here is that Israel itself, as the special chosen people of God, whose mission was to bring the light of the Lord to all the nations of the world. At the time of David, this ambition seemed a little more realistic, but things fell rather quickly apart. And yet, oddly, they continued to hope that God would cause Israel to fulfill its destiny precisely by raising a king like David. The second reading today reminds us to live by the Spirit. He tells us to turn away from sinful ways and follow God's path. My dear friends, this is not always easy, but we're not alone. Jesus walks with us, guiding us and strengthening us. Difficult times can make our faith very hard. When life is painful, it is tempting to rely on ourselves, but this often leads to more worry and more stress. Jesus offers a better way. He calls on us to lean on him instead of carrying our burdens alone. Trusting in Jesus absolutely means giving up control. It means that believing he knows what's best. And that takes faith and patience, but it brings peace. Jesus does not leave us to figure out everything ourselves. He is always there, ready to help. We are taught this Sunday that Jesus is a source of strength. He understands our struggles, and he offers us peace. When we rely on him, we find hope even the very hardest of times. These reflections encourage us to trust in God, seek rest in Jesus, and lean on His love every day. The gospel brings us some comfort because Jesus invites those who are tired and burdened to come to Him. He promises rest to those who trust in Him. His way is not heavy or difficult, but it brings peace. Life brings many struggles. People face stress, worry, hardship. Sometimes the weight of life seems too much to carry on. Jesus understands this. He does not ignore our pain. Instead, He invites us to bring our troubles to Him. And I, for one, can certainly contest that these words are true, and Jesus does help.